Welcome into the Cryptid Corner. Welcome to the Ozarks. The landscape here is mostly woodlands, covered with rivers. We've got like 4 main lakes. Within this lush forest lies the folklore and myth of the Ozark Howler. Today's cryptid is the Ozark Howler. The Ozarks span Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. I live in northern Arkansas, so it covers like northern Arkansas, Oklahoma, and a lot of Missouri. You have 4 main lakes, Diamond City's in there, Table Rock, Lake of the Ozarks, which is a pretty popular lake, and then I think Greer's Ferry Lake is in there. In Arkansas, it's huge. Buffalo National Riverland covers most of it. Perfect for pretty much anything that wants to live down here. So the story begins in the early 1800s. There's an account of Daniel Boone encountering an Ozark Howler. The legend says that he took some shots at it. Other legends say that he killed one and took it as a trophy. But there's no actual evidence of him doing it. So the Howler is described as a bear-sized figure, mountain lion-sized figure, large, thick body, shaggy hair, glowing red eyes, and horns. This is the most common description. It has a distinct cry, which is what a lot of people hear or report and stuff. But there's not a whole lot of sightings, but there's a lot of people that have heard this cry. And it's very distinct because it's the combination of a wolf's howl, an elk's bugle, and then people also report like a hyena type laugh. So I don't know if you've ever heard an elk bugle, but it's very distinct. So some of the important sightings, besides of course the beginnings of it in the 1800s, some recent sightings, 2005 to 2010, there was multiple sightings of it up in Missouri. In 2011, there was a sighting in Newton County, Arkansas. So that's literally the county over for me. Like Newton County is about 5 miles away from here, probably. So this is the image for the Newton County sighting. They put up game cams and tried to find it. Of course, it's a blurry picture, as all cryptid pictures are. So they sent this in to Game and Fish, and of course, Game and Fish does not recognize that there's big cats in this area. It is most definitely a black panther. You can tell by the tail, but Arkansas Game and Fish does not recognize that we have big cats here. So in 2015, which is one of the more notable sightings, 2015, this picture was taken at Devil's Den. It was sent into local news, sent into Game and Fish again, and Game and Fish claimed it was a hoax. It looks like one of those dinosaurs from Ice Age that hang out with the mammoth, like those weasel-looking things with horns. The news place stated that they reached out to the people and they said it wasn't photoshopped. I don't know. Photoshop's super easy to do. Anybody can learn it. But to me, I'm going to try to explain this picture. It looks like if you've ever seen a jackalope, which is another kind of cryptid thing. But they believe that the jackalopes had the Shoat papillomavirus, which basically makes it grow horns. So it looks like something kind of like that went on here, like a mangy coyote with horns. So some of the explanations. So one thing I think is a main explanation for this is that in the Ozarks, we have a lot of moonshiners hiding out. And what would keep people away from wandering in the woods at night looking for stills? Making up this Ozark Howler myth. So people aren't going to be out there wondering for something that could kill them, basically. One of my ideas is that this was made up to keep people from wandering around the woods and finding these stills, because that was a very common thing. It's still a common thing to find moonshiners here. The second one, again, is the mountain lion theory. I know personally numerous people that have seen mountain lions, and we're at the southern edge of the Ozarks. Again, the issue with this theory is that Game and Fish say that there are not breeding populations of cougars left in Arkansas. Game and Fish said that it could be one or two big cats living in the mountains. I have personally seen a big cat here down on the Buffalo River. I personally saw it. They're here. For Arkansas Game and Fish to not say they're here, it, I know when I was younger, it was a lot about if big cats are here, it becomes protected lands. But the Buffalo National River is already protected land, so I don't know. Another theory I saw was that it is a mountain lion mutation. I would say that's going to be more like the mangy coyotes that people thought were chupacabras, something like that. I've never heard of mountain lions having weird mutation or like CWD like the deers get. I've never heard of that. I've never seen it. So I don't know how much validity that actually has. The one theory that I do like, and I'm taking this from an actual biologist, he does a show. His name is Forrest Galante. And he proposed that it is the North American red wolf. So Forrest Galante is a biologist, and he proposed this theory that it is the North American red wolf that are still in this area a little bit. They've kind of died out quite a bit. So you can see from here that it definitely, the original red wolf historic range covers the Ozarks pretty well. And on his show, he actually, he found a moonshiner that said he had a hide of an Ozark Howler, and they took some of the hide and had it tested, and it was a red wolf. And then they went to a red wolf sanctuary and had people listen to the red wolf call, and it closely resembled what they'd heard. I like that theory. I think that there are cryptids out there. I think there's things that we haven't found, but I also think a lot of cryptids are animals that were once here that people don't see very often, just like the Yeti. The giant orangutan that lived in that area, very easy for people to see those and then pass it down from generation to generation. The red wolf theory explains the how. I don't think it necessarily explains a bear-like beast with horns. I don't. People see crazy things at night. They don't see things clearly. Fear plays into it, and they start seeing things that aren't actually there. So that part I don't know, but yeah. So that is the cryptid corner for today.